Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all for stopping by the live stream again. What's up, Angelo? He said, good morning, finally, Cal. Yeah, I'm back, man. I needed that little rest, though. And, the Wi Fi was so bad at that place. I mean, it was good in the lobby, but that was about it. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see Jacob Tanjay's already on here. Thank you, brother. I hope Michael Beach of Life can make it. All my old heads. Yeah, we're gonna talk about. He said, "I hope you did not talk about sugar again." Come on, man. Well, you need to go somewhere else. We talk about a lot of stuff. I mean, this is a big, exciting moment for me. It's life changing for me. What's up, Doubtful Genius? All my members, thank you for your continued support. Robert Morris, there's Robert. There's Angelo again. I love LaChon. W Secrets to Success. What times it travels? Any new viewers and subscribers joining us? Okay, and anybody watching us on replay, we always have a topic. What life is really like for foreigners living in the Philippines. I'm going to give you the nitty gritty, man, today. Okay? Yeah, Jacob Tajay. I think he's a troll anyway, so watch him. But I'm going to give you the nitty gritty about what it's really like over here. And I got some people here who can co-sign what I'm going to say today. Angelo's over here now. The peso is 57.85, which is unbelievable. But it keeps going back and forth. I'm looking for it to go up to 58, but then the next day it goes down to 57.5. Because last night, before we went to bed, I asked Merlin to check it, and she said it was 57.5. Now it's 57.85. I'm not complaining. Okay? He says, Angelo Abib said, Calvin, what about sugar-free and our diet sodas? All that, whenever they say sugar-free, there's some type of sugar substitute. It's got that oats on the back of it. And remember, this isn't a diet. All I'm trying to do is make a sincere desire. I have a sincere desire to kick my sugar habit after my 30 days, but I don't want anything sweet like that. That would only trigger me to go back, especially those Cokes and sweet drinks. He said, we're going to watch him, Cal. Yeah. What's up, Kiss? He said, good morning, Mrs. Calvin. I thought you were going to fly on vacation in May. No, we went to Malapascua. Hell, we might as well have flown somewhere because we're going to talk about that, how difficult it is to get around the Philippines, man. It's difficult. And anybody with any type of physical disabilities, you're going to have a hard time getting to some of these places because there's not an airport in every city. But we're going to talk about that and a couple of other things. But yeah, it took us, hell, we had a 1.5 hour ferry ride from San Carlos City to Toledo City, Cebu. Then another hour and a half ride in that taxi. Then 4 to 5 hours to Bantayan, Cebu, Maya Port. And then a 25-minute ferry. But hell, the ferry, you had to literally walk that plank, which is crazy. I mean, it's shaky, man, even though it's only like 5 or 6 feet long. And you're not that far off the ground. It's just the fact that you're walking that little thin plank. It gives you, what is that, vertigo, man? So if you're in a wheelchair, you can't see very well or something like that, man, you're not going to be able to make that trip. Hey, Marlon. Oh, wait, let me answer this question real quick. He said, Rashard Smith says, is the Coca-Cola tastes differently from the one? Yes, because they still sell it in the glass bottle, among other ways, but the glass bottle is what's going to get you, man. At ice cold Coca-Cola over here, you can't beat it. And you know, those scientists that go into putting these ingredients and stuff together, I was telling Marilyn about that yesterday. You know, they do it on purpose to hook you. I mean, because if you don't get hooked, then their business is going to go down the drain. They've got to literally get you hooked like a drug addict, man. And a lot of this stuff is drugs. Coca-Cola, cocaine. But since that's illegal, they had to substitute something. But a lot of this stuff, these energy drinks, man, all this stuff's addictive. What's up, Marlon? He said, what's up, Cal? I'm glad I was able to join the stream. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. I needed that little break. And if you're thinking about going to Malapascua, man, it's a beautiful place. It's just a real small island. If you plan on living there, you probably have to rent from one of those resorts or something, because I didn't see any apartments. There were some nice houses, and maybe that's what they do. You know, the rich Filipinos and foreigners, they build their own houses. I didn't see anything like apartments for rent or anything. I mean, there's no roads on that island, no cars. He said many foreign countries are that way, difficult for a disabled person to get around. Yeah, it's not just the logistics, but you're going to run into stuff like that. Okay, these buses, you know, in Louisville, Kentucky, it's not, Louisville's not New York City. You know, the buses will go down. That air pressure will let them down, and then the ramp will come out for people on wheelchairs. The driver will get on and push you on, and then they've even got a place in front of the bus where they fold the seats down for the wheelchair, but that's not here. But I'm just saying, walking across that plank, I mean, you know, Filipinos are so hospitable, though. They would carry you if you were hell-bent on going, because, you know, that's what they do with their luggage. You can't carry that big-ass suitcase I had walking across that little plank. Well, Booby eating candy already. Tom's away. He says, I only drink water and black coffee here in the Philippines. It's easy once you break the old habits. Yeah. That's a great point. It's all about, did you get her shoes, hon? Did she get your shoes? It's all about habits. Yeah, tonight is their graduation balls, sort of like our prom there, but they don't, I don't know if they have a date or not. So we had to go out and get her, you know, rent her gown and buy shoes and send her to get her makeup done. You know, it's a real big deal. You know, it's about making memories over here. But tonight is her night. You know, we're proud of her, man. She's really done just a fantastic job. You know, Marlon has some outstanding children. Her two daughters. I don't have any problems with them. I've never had a problem with them. The little one calls me dad. Been calling me dad since day one. Kid says, he says, I was thinking you were going to fix problems lingering in the U.S. Yeah, eventually I am. I just haven't made up my mind when I'm going. I believe the sugar, you know, kicking the sugar is going to help me because my mood's a whole lot better. You know, after going through this, getting on a plane and flying 20 hours will feel like nothing, kids. Kamal said all those sugars are no better. Yeah. Y'all read all this stuff. All give me headaches. And aspartame proved nearly fatal in rats. Yeah. It's all or nothing. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm going to cut down. Well, the doctor says, you know, you're going to go cold turkey or not at all. It's like trying to quit smoking gradually. That first cigarette's going to get you. But yeah, just know that when you come over here, if you have any type of physical disability, even if you don't, you better prepare for some long ass bus rides and ferry rides. The logistics alone here will kill you, but these places are so fantastic once you reach them that it's all worth it. But no one really tells you that until you get here. You actually fly into Moncton. You don't fly into Cebu. And if you get here, what, 2 o'clock behind, good luck getting through that traffic. Remember, Moncton is the second most congested city in all the Philippines, second only to Manila. The traffic is brutal. Just getting to the bridge. So just know that. That's all I'm saying. Just plan for that. I love the China said those sugar substitutes make me crave for sugar even more. May as well have the real thing. Absolutely. I'm going to try this stevia. Thank you, Miraculous Nerd. He said, I love the channel. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Elat. Thank you so much for joining us. She said, proud of you, darling. Yeah, we're going to talk about that today, too. We're going to talk about self-improvement. I talk a lot on my videos about people coming over here and they're not accomplishing anything. They just come over here and hang around. And if that's your, prerogative, so be it. But we think we're too old for self-improvement. You're never too old to be the best, to be your best. You only live once, man. But if you do it right, once is enough. So that's why I'm constantly trying to improve. I'm constantly challenging myself. Because that's going to go into what we're talking about today. What kind of life do you really live when you get over here? I'm not getting ahead of myself, but it's a quiet, peaceful life over here. The Philippines almost forces you to live a simple life. Some people even can call it boring. So, self-improvement is going to help you because you're always going to have something to do. What's up, Roger? Good morning. Okay, Elat. She said, Cal, I have to go to bed. I have to get up early. I love you. Good night. I love you back, Elat. I don't know if y'all can tell, man, but, my eye bags look a little bit big on this camera, but they're not this big. It gives me like a youthful, it's only been 11 days. Well, hell, they used to be bigger than this. What's up, Don? But that's the one thing that really amazed me. Yeah, he says it's difficult for a non-disabled person to get around. Yeah, you better get yeah, we took a shortcut coming back and we were still worn out because we took like a motorcycle, like a tricycle from Dan Bentayan to Blenheim. I can't pronounce that, but that sounds about right. About an hour and a half away, and we're just bumping like a damn piece of popcorn. And then once we got there, we were able to take a ferry, a 2-hour ferry to Negros Occidental, but we were an hour and a half away. But it cut a lot of time off of our trip. But it still messes you up. Hey, Damien Sanchez, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, you better get ready for that. He said, hey, Cal, what's up, man? You got it, brother. I'm just glad to be back home in my own bed. What's up, Cos? I see you, Hollywood, baby. Mark, Mac. W Secrets of Success Vlog said, Cal, what about Diddy? Yeah, what about Diddy? Yeah, F Diddy, man. He's over there. I read something about him today. But they're going to bring up a video from 8 years ago. He already paid the lady off, so, evidently he admitted to his wrongs. They're going to get you. That's the thing about America. They will make up the rules as they go, man. anywhere in the West, but especially America. They're good for going back. Imagine, okay, what they call it when you know, the time runs out on a crime. What's that called? Okay, they're eliminating that and letting women go all the way back. The statute of limitations. Okay, America's gonna make up the rule. If they want to get you, they're gonna get you. Even if you haven't done anything, and then you'll spend 30 years in prison, then they'll let you out and give you $1 million or whatever it is. Yeah, they would. What's up, Mark? It's my buddy from Vegas. I met a guy from Vegas too. His name was what's his name? I met him in Cebu. I'm sorry, brother. His last name was Williams. Jamel Williams. He was from Vegas. What's up? He said, I still love your content on the Philippines, sir. You speak the truth because I've lived it. Keep putting out your excellent boots on the ground content. Thanks, Mark, man. Tell your wife, send my regards to your beautiful wife. What's up, Hollywood, baby? He said, what's up, Cal? That beach scene was beautiful, bro. It's beautiful over here, man. You just gonna catch hell getting to these places. Even if you fly into Boracay, you either fly into Calibo, then you got about an hour and a half bus ride, or you fly into Cataclan, which you don't have that long of a ride, but then you have to catch the ferry. Yeah, I see you, Cos. What's up? Hope everything's going well. I know you and your girlfriend are expecting any day now. But times of travel says, Cal, my friend's going to the Philippines. He wants to argue with me about taking 2 sets of luggage with him. I told him, you don't need all them clothes. It's all right. Yeah, man, he's gonna regret it. Now, you know, I just talked about how hard it is getting around. Now you got all that luggage you carrying around with you. And if you get on the van, if you catch the van, you got to pay for your luggage as if it's a person, because the luggage takes up a seat. There's no space in the back for your luggage. So if it's him and 2 bags and he gets on a van, they call them V-hires, he's going to pay for 3 people. But yeah, you don't need a whole lot of clothes over here. I wear the same stuff over and over, but you don't need anything else. Remember, it's a simple life over here. People aren't looking at you and to see what you're wearing. They will look at your shoes, you know, because they, you know, Filipinos are something about shoes. He said, real sugar or straight water. No can-do diet drinks. Yeah, the artificial sugars are worse. They are. It's only going to push you back to the real deal. Because you're going to say, hell, shit's so nasty, I might as well do the real thing. It's like those near beer. When people try to get sober, they start drinking those non-alcoholic beers, which, by the way, have a little bit of alcohol in them. It only pushes them back to the original alcohol. So be careful. Damon Sanchez, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, if you're an expat living in the Philippines, can you purchase land without being married? Well, there's ways you can go around it. I would talk to a lawyer. You know, you'd have to set up some type of foundation. So that means you'd have to have a certain type of visa over here, I'm sure, to do that. But, you know, there's ways around that. Okay? You could do it like a business. Merlin was explaining to me, see, that was her business before, you know, she retired. You can set up, okay, say for instance, me and Merlin could have put this house and lot, set it up like a business. You know, she owns 60%, I own 40%. If nothing else, she can't sell it without me signing off on it. Okay, so then I'm guaranteed at least 40%. See, Merlin's real smart. That's what she did for a living. But see, that's why we get along, because I can't be with a dummy. But she knows all that stuff. Set it up like a business, but I would talk to a lawyer. That's what she said. Tell them to talk to a lawyer. Set it up like a business. And there you go. because I guess that's all people are worried about, the woman cheating them out of the land or something. But honestly, Damien, the people who are worried about that, they never end up buying land anyway, anywhere. They don't even own property in their country. Sammy Davis said, guys, be careful. When I flew home, they only allowed one check bag. You'll pay 10,000 pesos plus for an extra bag from the Philippines. Yeah, you got to check with your airline. I know coming over here, they gave me two for combined, I want to say 50 kilos, 46 kilos, or whatever it is. It depends on the airline. But yeah, be careful. You don't need a lot of clothes over here anyway. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. But I wanted to talk about, I got a lot of pushback, people, when I talked about your woman may have a backup plan just in case your relationship don't work. Guys, look, these relationships aren't normal like a normal relationship where you're from. There's nothing normal about these relationships. Okay, women have a backup plan here just in case it don't work. It doesn't mean she's cheating. It doesn't mean she doesn't love you. But just the age gap differences by themselves would force a woman over here to have an alternative. What do you think? You're going to live to be 150 or something? You're already 80, 73, 76, and she's 30. So she's not supposed to have a backup plan? Well, my wife don't have a backup plan. Yes, she does. She's not going to tell you. That's why it's a backup plan. Oh, wow, that was nice, booby. Get out of here. But people seem, you try to put people up on game, but they don't want to listen. I'm telling you, okay, my son's mother, who probably loved me more than any woman I've ever dealt with, foreign or domestic, we split up officially in February of 2012. She was in the United States June of 2012. Okay, now you do the math, okay? This woman loved me probably more than any woman. I'd say her and Marilyn's a toss-up, but I would give her the edge, okay? Because she was from the province, and they love hard, okay? We split up February 2012. June 2012, she's already in America. She beat me back. I didn't make it back to August because they got a backup plan. Because it's all about the better life, man, and that visa in most cases. Okay, so y'all can argue and be in denial all you want. I'm trying to put y'all up on game. Hey, thank you, son of Hearn. He says, as a Yorkshire man, I think I would struggle with the heat. Thank you, sir, for the heads up. Yeah, you got a plan for the heat over here, son of Hearn. And that's what people don't do because they think, oh, I live in Houston, Texas. I live in South Florida. South Carolina gets just as hot. And they come unprepared. You can do some things, certainly the clothing, guys. This is basically all I wear around here, no matter where I go. Now, when we go to the graduation, I may put on a pair of slacks and a shirt, and I'm going to suffer until I get to, hopefully they got an aircon. But most of the time, it's just shorts, flip-flops, okay? And then, of course, I put, the sunscreen on my head and my nose. But it's really hot over here right now in May. So if you have a trouble with heat, just don't come here in May. Really from March to May. Excuse me. It cools down in like June. But yeah, these women have a backup plan. See, I think I just be on here talking. I'm telling you from my experience, guys, and from what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I'm not just making this stuff up like a lot of people. Some of these bloggers haven't been over here long enough to do uh, vlogs on certain topics, but they do them anyway. I mean, I'm not the police, but I've been over here long enough. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Some guy says he's been with his woman for 13 years. Well, the longer, the more sound of a backup plan she's going to have. There's more, okay, on the line with her than with us. Women are smarter than us when it comes to stuff like that, planning. We're all in. We sold out. We're pussy whipped. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna, this is my forever and all that stuff, right? This woman already said, well, if this don't work out, I need to continue my lifestyle. If he hasn't given me the visa, I need that visa. And if you're giving me the visa, I got to stay over here. They're traditional women. They need a man in their life. They don't need it, but, they think in terms of that nuclear relationship. So a man is needed. So anybody over here thinking that they woman, man, you're not the first foreign man or the first man that the woman's ever dealt with. This is a whole different ball game over here, but y'all not listening. Y'all think all women are the same. They really aren't, man. Yeah, they bleed once a month. They have a baby out of the birth canal and all of that. But this is a different animal over here. The circumstances create that. Okay? But okay, if you don't want to listen, don't listen. But she's got a backup plan. Yeah, it is smart of them. Okay. I've got a friend, okay, his wife is 27. He's 68. You don't think she's got a backup plan? Okay, remember Rodney, who I interviewed, was it last year? Yeah, I think it was last year. He's 75. His girlfriend was 23. You don't think she's got a backup plan? It doesn't mean that she's thinking about some other man. There's somebody around that dating site, the Facebook, the Instagram, somewhere around there that she can reach out to in case something goes wrong. But y'all think y'all got the exception to the exception. But it's not, man. He said, yeah, I always thought 20 degrees in Nova Scotia was too hot. It's hot here. Yeah, but lots of water. You can go to the mall. You can get up in the morning and do everything when it's not so hot. But right now, look, it's only 10 o'clock. Look at that sun out there. You can see it. Look on my thing that's out there. You got to get up early. You got to get up about 5 o'clock to really enjoy it for a couple of hours. I mean, okay. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my. He said she sure as hell has backup. Absolutely. It doesn't mean she's cheating. But if you want to really get the most out of planning for this heat, get up early, about 5 to 7, and then afternoon after 5 until 7 in the morning again. I mean, the weather's perfect. And then when you want to you get bored, go to the mall or go to the park. What's going on, 53 Shades Darker? He said his uniform today over there are shorts, t-shirts, and sandals, wife beaters. You don't dress to impress over here. He said that's why my friend wants to argue. He lives in New Orleans. It's a different type of heat. He'll know. Angelo said, Cal, I'm surprised you don't wear a hat more often. I only ever saw you wear one during your walk to Dumageddon. Yeah, I don't. I'm not used to wearing hats. And then remember, it's hard to find a hat over here. You're my damn size. Look at my head. I got a damn dome. H Bachelor, cool. He says, single and free is the way to be. I see they've been on your case here lately. It's your turn. Well, not yet. He said, show some love. Thumbs up. His anniversary said, you did not just say pussy whip. Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, and true. Yeah, but the woman, she's got a plan. We don't. We fall in love because look it up. The man falls in love first. Okay. But I try to help guys and they don't want my help. And that's okay. They be like, man, I wish I'd have listened to that damn Calvin. Because here's some things I was talking about today on that video. You know, women here can be a lot more difficult than what we're used to dealing with. You've got that communication problem, okay? Everything that I built, I'm going to keep it on me. It's riding on a very thin line, guys. Y'all don't understand. It's not because Merlin's not a good person, not I'm a good person, but it can all explode over the pettiest argument or misunderstanding. But y'all don't understand this. I'm trying to tell y'all that it can't. So that's why I'm telling you, don't invest too much in it that you can't walk away from. Because just the tiniest thing can ruin your relationship and it's be over. Okay, and remember, she's gonna move on. And you're just sitting over here left, twiddling your damn thumbs. Just the tiniest thing, because you're that different. Your tone, or just anything. You may be looking out the window, looking at the damn volcano, and she's thinking you're looking at a woman coming across. And just the way she says it gonna get you upset. And then there you go. Okay? And then everything you built up over here is gone, man. But nobody wants to listen. Hey, Corey Moore, thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, the best option is to move to the Philippines and have a successful relationship over there in her country. Yeah, most of us end up happy. Okay, but a lot of us end up broke. Some of us end up with children. And a lot of men, older men, get into a lot of trouble coming over here dealing with these young women. Now, I know what you're thinking, Corey, about having a relationship over here. But remember, when she comes in contact with us, she becomes westernized. You're going to westernize her. It's something called osmosis. Look it up, but it's true. You're going to give her a new lifestyle. You're going to take her places. You're going to push the button. You're going to make an American woman out of her or a British woman out of her because she's going to start taking on your ways and your values and everything just from being around you 24 hours a day and that new life that you've given her. That's why I tell guys all the time, don't buy expensive jewelry right away. It's not that she's not worth it. She's not used to it. See how she's going to take care of the fake jewelry you buy first before you go straight for the juggler and spending all that money on the real gold jewelry and stuff. They're probably going to end up broke in the pawn shop, lost or something like that. But you're dealing with a whole different beast over here, Corey. Most of us, man, we're just fortunate that the women over here are decent human beings. Because we get in our own way, we'll mess it up for our own self. We don't get lucky over here. We get unlucky. Most of the women you deal with over here are going to be, you can work with them. But you're going to change them. If you don't think Merlin's changed, she is. She's still got a lot of her, Filipino values and stuff, but she's westernized. Yeah, you're going to westernize. We're going to westernize them. Hey, Alex. And I think that's what people don't understand. You don't have to take her to your country to do that. Do you think most women over here are used to riding around in cars with air conditioning? No. Are they used to living in a house with air conditioning? No. When they open the refrigerator, it's full of food? No. They got a spigot that turns on pesos that like it never shuts off. Do you think they're used to that? No, they're not. You're going to do that to them. And remember, you're in their country. They become spoiled real quick. They become demanding, and now all of a sudden, it's her way or the highway. And depending on how you break up, the first thing they want to do, oh, I'm gonna have you deported. I'm gonna have you blacklisted. Like, remember the celebrity I was telling y'all about on that video when I was talking about that? She had the man, the American guy who she was in love with. They were together for 6 years. She had no problems with him working without a visa. She actually got him some jobs working without a visa. But when they broke up and she was scorned, or she felt she was scorned and done wrong, guess what? She went to the people. Hey, he's working without a visa. And some more little stuff she threw in there. I want him deported. Now she's trying to get child support from him. You know, he's got an appeal, because you can appeal whenever you're blacklisted and deported. You can appeal that. And that's what he's doing, because he's got a little daughter over here. But I'm just telling you, this is stuff we never even think about. We think the woman's not capable of it. Oh, she's some province woman. We literally take these women face value. You can't do that. They look innocent as hell. They'll cut your damn dick out. Hey, Ron. And that's what we do, because men go by what we see. Women go by what they hear. That's why you can scam a woman. You can tell her everything she wants to hear and get in her drawers or whatever it is. But man, we're going by what we see. We're literally taking these women face value, and it costs us. He says, I broke up with a woman over there because she thought I was hitting on her friend. Yeah, I mean, it could easily be just a glance could be misinterpreted. Oh, he's looking at another woman. You don't like me anymore. I'm not good enough, and it goes from there. Okay? They've got their own bag of tricks, and they come with their own problems over here. And the only way you're going to know is get involved with one and get over here. And you're going to say, that guy was telling the truth. The smallest thing. Mumble McDowell said, never let yourself get attached to anything you can't walk away from in 30 seconds. If you feel the heat, Robert De Niro heat. Yeah, but see, men come over here and invest all that money like that, all right away. Not even trying to get to know the woman, just because they went to bed with them and laid down with them or something. Now all of a sudden that's giving them enough confidence, because we're men, we're all in to build these 5, 6, 10 million peso houses. You better be able to walk away from that, because it's riding on a thin line. You see, you had a ray of light through the window. Yeah, he said men should also have a plan B, but we don't. We get in here, like I said, we get happy, man. She's blowing that thing every morning and night or whatever it is, cooking your food real good. Your clothes is washed and ironed, house spick and span. You're not thinking about anything else. You're thinking, oh, I love this. This is me for the rest of my life. Until it's not. Remember, February we broke up. She was in America in June. This is a woman who was committed to me. I mean, really committed. We got a son together. Loves hard. But she got that backup plan. She's trying to help guys. They don't want to hear it. Out of ordinary said, your videos, Cal, help to keep a lot of men grounded. Sometimes we can forget things. Yes, it's common sense. But the problem out of ordinary is we think everything works the same over here as it does in our country. It doesn't. That's the big whammy right there. It doesn't. Okay. Your maid will set your ass up to be robbed over here. It happens a lot. Okay. The very woman you hire to clean your house would look like the most dedicated, committed employee you've ever had. Will set your ass up to be robbed over here if you're not careful. Yeah, see, that's how they all are. It's like, I can't go back. I don't want to go back. Remember I told you that life over here is tough. And people have to have a certain edge, especially the women, to make it over here. So what do? We dull the edge that they need. So now, okay, you got a living just on this way up there, only that she can only dream about, only she used to look at on television, soap operas. And you think she's going to go back to that 250 peso a day job? Living in a squatters area? No aircon, no washing machine, no cable, no Wi-Fi. Man, it's hard to do. It's almost like trying to quit sugar. I mean, really. Okay, you're going to have some withdrawal symptoms the first night, okay, when that aircon's not there. You're going to know it. So they got the plan B. I need to keep this going because they made the decision. Remember, the women that you meet online, period, the dreamers, every last one of them, they dream of the day that some man is going to come by and rescue them from these inhospitable conditions over here. This is another thing I can't get you guys to see, how hard it is for some people over here, not everybody, but for masses amounts of people, millions of people live in poverty you can't even imagine. But y'all think, oh, it's no big deal. They're just poor. No, it's beyond that. There's a lot riding in on these relationships for her than you. You just one of those shot a cock, a pussy. This woman's thing, it's all riding on the line. It's all on the line right here. This better work out. And if it don't, guess what? I got somebody else. Because I'm not going back to that life. W Secrets to Success vlog. Thanks for that super chat. We still waiting on some of those secrets, brother. You know I'm messing with you. Thanks for that super chat. He said relationship distress is a global pandemic. Breakouts aren't supposed to be nice, so keep it moving. Pimping. Yeah, you're right. None of them are nice, but you're 8,000 miles from home. You know, ain't no packing you know how women in a plastic bag and throw it out the window. You get it, get on the bus or get in the car and go on back home. That's your business. It don't work that way over here, pimping. You try to get on a plane with a damn plastic bag and see what happens. I don't know if they're going to consider that a carry-on or a checked baggage. I keep telling you about the American who was accused of rape, spent 5 years in prison here. Every single day he spent here. When there was clear-cut evidence that, number one, the lady tried to blackmail him 12 times. The amounts kept coming down. Hey, if you give me X amount, I'll drop the charges. Okay. There was 100% proof that he was 10 hours away when the crime was committed. 3, he never touched the lady. 4, it was 6 months later when she brought the charges. He did not do it. Okay? But he spent every day that 5 years in prison. He finally went to jail. Went to court, because remember, there's no due process over here. I'm reminding you of that. If you get locked up over here and you're lucky enough to get a bond, you better get your ass out of the country. And to add insult to injury, the immigration charged him 5 years of back pay. Back visa fees before he could leave the country. There was no waiving that. He was 100% innocent. His family ended up paying that. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. But we come over here, head in the damn clouds, because they're going to do it. They're going to bend over backwards. They're going to jump through hoops. They're going to turn around in circles. And you think, oh, this is it. I can ride this out, for the rest of my days. Pug Hansford said, I seen the video about one always in the background. You're right. It's a backup plan. She's not consciously thinking about this guy. It's subconscious, though. Okay? Don't think that. Because they'll tell you, I don't want another man. All men are the same. Every woman I've ever dealt with, they always give you that, that little spiel. Oh, after you, I'm done with men because ain't none of them any good. And the minute you out of there, here's another long dick fool in your bed, walking around in your slippers with his damn feet up on your damn table, eating food out of the refrigerator you bought. Y'all better wake up, man. That's all I'm saying. It would drive anybody crazy, Frank. That's why they got it. Everything is on the line. They're going to do things for you that they never even dreamed of doing for the Filipino man. He's mad at us. That's why he's mad. Because we getting the whole treatment. Corey Moore, thanks for that super chat. He says, so Big Brother Cal, it's probably better for men to have their house or apartment in your name, not hers. Well, yeah. Well, of course, when you rent. Okay, now, like I said, Merle, see, we wasn't even thinking about that because I told Merlin when I built this house, I don't even want anything to do with it. It's not mine. I built it for her and the kids. But if you go into it with a woman, you can do it like a business, Corey. Have them set up like a business. She's 60% owner, you're 40%. The house and the lot. Talk to a lawyer, you can do it. But in an apartment, you're damn right. But is it realistic to think men are going to live by themselves over here? We had that discussion. It's not. We're going to have a live-in partner. But it doesn't matter if it's in her name or yours. You're in her country, okay? It's her way or the highway. If you only knew the trouble she could cause you. This woman that accused the man of rape, he hung out with her husband. She came to his house, burst in the door with the police looking for her husband, thinking he's hiding the husband because her husband's fooling around. Well, it terrified his son. So he filed a case against her. For her revenge, she filed a case against him 6 months later, said he raped her, never touched her. But he spent every day in prison. Hey, Vanniversary, thanks for that super chat. But yeah, let's get over here to the topic a little bit and talk about it because really a lot of people don't know what to expect over here. Because if you turn on YouTube, it's all over the place. You see people live in all kinds of places, but there's a distinction you have to understand. Some people are holiday vloggers, vacation vloggers. Some are single, some are married. Some are just faking and fronting. Okay? They're not living the lifestyle they're showing you. But for the most part, people end up living a quiet and peaceful life over here. Ask Angelo Habib if you don't think I'm joking. And he's from a totally different background than me, totally different country. But the Philippines, because of the way it's set up, it's laid back, it almost forces you to live a simple life, almost a boring life. Thank you again, Vanniversary. So that's how most people end up living. I always remind you that when you get off the plane, they give you a ball of clay. So you can fashion out of that ball of clay whatever lifestyle you want. But you have to have some idea of what it is. I always tell you, bring your hobbies with you. Okay? Uh, but to be honest with you, most of us end up settling down with a woman. That's usually what happens. And everything that goes along with that. All I'm saying is make sure when you do settle down, you're in a place that you enjoy, that you like. Because moving around and moving from place to place can get expensive. Because remember those deposits and everything. If you like the beach and that's what you want to do, then make sure you live somewhere near the beach or near a beach. But most of us end up living with a woman. But there's lots of options, lots of choices that you can have. But partying and traveling all the time, and I wrote this down, can get expensive. And you're going to find yourself spending just as much money here as you are at home. And you're going to be like, what's the whole point about that? Because one of the reasons people don't retire in the Philippines is the cost of living. Believe it or not. I did a video about 3 years ago about that. I looked at the cost of living differently because I read a report. And then I landed up with the Philippines because what they do is they come over here because they hear a lot about the $1,000 budget, $1,500 budget. And they say, well, hell, it really is going to take me $2,500 to $3,000 to live the life I really want to live. I can find a place closer to home for that amount of money. I don't have to be way over here 8,000 miles from home. But partying and traveling, first of all, it's not realistic. Okay, that partying is going to kill you. W Secrets of Success, he made we was chatting on WhatsApp Messenger, and he said, yeah, he said, you love that paradise over there. He said, but after 2 or 3 days, I'd have to be back to civilization. But civilization has a price, W Secrets of Success, and I don't want to pay anymore. Eating out all the time, all that bad food, all that traffic, all that stress and all that. It has its place. I can have that civilization anytime I want it. But all that partying eventually going to kill you. It's going to wear on you. The same as the traveling. Remember, we just talked about how hard it is to get around here. And then it's expensive. So most of us end up living a quiet, peaceful life, which is what I want. And I'm 60. I've done all that partying and stuff, man. You know, just being in the Philippines really is enough for most people. That's why they can deal with it. But when you hear people comparing the Philippines to Thailand, they're really not comparing the Philippines to Thailand. They're comparing civilization to the island life, really, that a lot of people live over here, or the province life that a lot of people live in the Philippines. That's really all they're comparing. It's like apples and oranges. That's why I don't argue with people. You're not even living the lifestyle I'm living, or I would even dream of living. You're living in civilization. That's what you like. All that traffic, all those hot pavement where they done cut down all the trees to build up all these high rises and stuff. That's what turns you on, okay? Then do you with that. But don't say just because they have all that, it's better than where I'm living. What times the travel says, my woman's sister and her sister's friends come over in them Daisy Dukes. My woman be looking at me. I always wear shades. Yeah, you better. It's going to be a problem. Or her sister. Anybody. But it could be anything. Your relationship, man, hinges on just the thinnest of lines. And I don't think people understand this. You can lose it all over nothing. And they're going to move on. And you're sitting there counting your losses. but we can't help each other. He said, so if they have a backup plan, how do you know if she is the right one? Well, they all gonna have it, even if she's the right one, she's got a backup plan, Philippine Paradise. You're listening to what I'm saying. Okay. Just the age gap alone is going to force her to have a backup plan. Okay. I'm 61. Marilyn's 42. Okay. Anything can happen. I'm living on borrowed time, but you got guys over here living on any time. They could be gone anytime. They're that old. So the woman's not supposed to have a backup plan. Well, what's going to happen? He's already got one foot in the grave and one slipping. Okay. Everything's riding on the relationship with her, not you. She wants to continue this lifestyle, the lifestyle that you take for granted, that you're going to live anyhow. She wants to keep it going. Okay. So the video says, just in case the relationship doesn't work. I'm not talking about the woman cheating. They're not going to cheat, man. They're about as loyal as you're going to ever find a woman. Okay. That's just, because by the time I get through with them, they ain't going to have enough for another man anyway, later on down the line or later on that evening or whatever it is. Okay. But no, they all have a backup plan. Raymond Walker says, that's why I would never go anywhere with my Filipino niece without her, because some Filipino might report me as child trafficking. That's right. They're called concerned citizens. We call them Karens in America. But here they're concerned citizens. Remember the chismis, they're meddling. They meddle over here on a whole other level than what you're used to. That's why you don't get offended because Filipinos will ask you the most personal stuff the first day they meet you. Well, how long you gonna be here? Where you staying? What's the name of the hotel? Do you got a wife? Do you got kids together? All you got to do is just say secret, and that shuts them down. Say secret. Say secret. That's gonna shut them down. But if they see you going somewhere, John got very, very lucky. He got very, very lucky because he's in San Carlos City, because he was walking on a main thoroughfare with these little kids. He took them to get some new flip-flops at the city mall. And even the cashier asked the little girl, did she know John? And John had to clean it up right. He said, probably have to share a sale with 300 over there. Yeah, a sale that's made for about 25 people. They have some of the most overcrowded jails in the world over here. Go on YouTube and look at that stuff. Yeah, thank you again. Yeah, he said, but Angelo, living there undercover. Angelo, man, he shocked me of all people, but it was a perfect song. And now I look back on it for him to bust out in. He gave me an idea, because a lot of guys, when they sing karaoke, they always want to sing a love song. Y'all saw what Geechee Lamb was doing. Yeah, Angelo busted out with that pit bull. He had the party jumping, man. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good idea, But here's what a lot of us do, and this is honestly, you can look on YouTube, you think I'm lying. We start a building project. We'll build a house or add on to the house, something to keep us busy and, and keep our mind occupied. Or, a garden. But it's mainly building projects. That's why you see all these foreigners building these houses that take, one guy had a house that took a year and a half to build. I'm almost sure Frank, a friend of mine, he came to a meet and greet. Him and his wife, they got just an unbelievable house. Maybe, what, an hour and a half from here on the other side of that Candler-owned mountain. I'm almost sure he said it took 2 years to build that house. He says, I'm glad I've been in a hurry to get there, just sitting back learning a lot from your videos. What you talk about, I see when I talk to the Filipinos. Thanks for what you do for the new guy. Yeah, my channel was started, it's geared toward the new man and woman interested in coming here. I've just gotten off track, really, sometimes, because a lot of the guys on these live streams, they've been here longer than me. And so they say, oh, that's just common sense, Cal. Well, you know, why are you saying that stuff? Because I'm talking to the new guy who hasn't been here yet, who's wanting to come here. Because they're coming, man. They're showing up. My buddy Dave, I think he went home yesterday. Dave Meehan. He came to the meet and greet, him and his girlfriend. It's only like his third time being here. What's up, Xavier? He said, hey, Cal, you're so right about the property, unlike anything we could ever imagine. Thanks for giving us something else to prepare for. I mean, the poverty. Yeah, you even got to prepare for that. But when we get into these relationships with the women, we never take that into consideration, where this woman comes from. If you would only know where she comes from, you could understand her a whole lot better. But you don't want to know. You don't even want to go back and meet the family. You don't want to go to the province. Some of us can't because of our physical disabilities and stuff. We can't go way up in the mountain. I mean, get on a bus and take a trip that's any considerable length. And you're going to see some back in the cut provinces, man. And you be like, the people live back there? You know, and I'm not talking about people. I'm just telling you what's over here. And these are the women that we're talking to. And you just think that, oh, it's no big deal. I'm sending 10,000 a week, 10,000 pesos a week. Or, we're staying at the Radisson Blue, when the tip top would be just fine. The tip top would blow her mind. This is the things I like to prepare guys for, because they all look innocent. And you can't take them on face value only, but it doesn't take long. You're going to start seeing some green flags real quick with women over here, but you can save yourself. Stop jumping in with both feet so fast. Even though the woman tell you she love you, she don't love you yet. She don't trust you. They're very skeptical of foreigners. Listen, ladies and gentlemen watching this video over here, we've got a bad reputation. Okay? They put us all in the same bucket. It's up to you to distinguish yourself from the crowd, because they put us all in the same bucket. Foreigners, especially foreign men, have a terrible reputation in the Philippines. They think mostly, we're Johns, walking street pedophiles and all that kind of stuff, playboys. Okay, we're only playing games, we're not serious, using women. That's what they're thinking. Okay? So just keep that in the back of your mind, and it's going to take time for you to prove to them, because you're in their home. They ain't got nothing to prove to you. You got something to prove. What makes you different from the rest of these men that come over here trying to abuse our women and stuff like that? Okay? And then once they see that you different and you who you say you are, a whole new life opens up for you over here. Like I said, I was treated like a celebrity before my channel, but now it's like everybody knows me here in St. Carlos City. Why would I want to leave this place and go somewhere where nobody knows me? Okay, unless my channel's over with, then nobody's going to know me. But it's a good feeling. You know, when we got at the when we came back, we got to the bus terminal, you know, the guys running to get the luggage, and I'm like, oh, here's another hustler. Hey, Sunshine Shoulders, you know, the guy. We gave him 100 pesos for the trip right around the corner, just because he knew who we were. Hey, what time's it, Travels? Thanks for my super chat. Thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, my woman told me that a lot of people treat her differently since I've been in her life. They notice the new life changes. They ask her for money a lot. Yeah, that's coming. Okay, we can have this discussion every day of the week and twice on Sundays. What times it travels? Filipinos think we're rich because we are compared to their situation. When you bring your dollar into a peso economy, you become rich. So yeah, they see her and they know she's got extra money now that she didn't have before because she's rich now. Why do you think that lady who's never asked Marilyn for 1 peso before? Marilyn probably borrowed money from her before. All of a sudden now she wanted to borrow 10,000 from Marilyn. Never paid us back. Because she knows Marilyn's with me, knowing Marilyn's living a whole different life. But yeah, that's coming. They're not going to ask you, they're going to ask her. He said, don't tell her to quit her job. You're getting into Filipino law again. You're responsible. Yeah, but they're not going to. I don't know if that law's ever been enforced. Okay. See, these are the laws right here. It's a good one that you bring this up, Payday One, but these are the laws that we worry about that will never affect us. And the laws we don't worry about that are going to affect us, we overlook. Okay, that Republic Act 7610, when you with them little kids and they're not yours, even though they're your girlfriend's children. See, we overlook stuff like that. You know, when people used to argue with me about the age of consent over here, I'm like, stupid. They got the Republic Act 7610 that supersedes that old antiquated age of consent laws, even though it's 16 now. If you come over here and you fool with a woman 16, you're in violation of that Republic Act 7610, where you're not supposed to have any type of relationships with any child under the age of 18. See, this is the stuff we overlook. The fact that we don't have any due process over here. No right to a speedy trial. No right to a bond hearing. Stuff like that we really should be worried about. We're worried about, oh, don't make her quit her job, or she could take you to court and make you pay. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, that's not going to happen. If it does, just get on a plane and leave. Okay, once they give you the summons, then okay, looks like they're going to try to sue me. I'm gone. Yeah, he said when the sun goes down, it really gets dark out in the province. Yeah, it gets dark right in front of my house. He said, yes, invite the family to town. Yeah, there's no street lights out here either. No, he's a real smooth. I got rid of him. I got rid of him already. I met the real John Smulo too. He's a real easygoing guy. But no, but see, it is good information, but it's not going to be relative to your situation when you come over here. 99.9% of the women that we deal with have never stepped foot in a court of law. They can't even tell you where the courthouse is. Okay, we're watching these videos. You know, people make these videos for content. And they have the lawyers on there and everything else, okay? Most of these women, ask your woman right now, hey, where can I get me a lawyer? And see what she tells you. I'm just being real with you. Ask her right now, hey, point me toward a good lawyer. Good luck with that. Well, that we are rich, Area 51, relative to them. Okay, every week when I give out that 1,000 pesos, foreigners say, "Oh, it's not. That's not even $20." Okay, but 1,000 pesos in a peso economy in the hands of the typical Filipino is a lot of money. Okay, this is what one thing that most of us never understand. We never even we never get it when it comes to that. We're just looking at it from our perspective. Oh, that's only they say about $18 right now. No, it's not $18. It's 1,000 pesos, and you got to take in consideration that for a lot of the women that you're dealing with, if they have a job, 1,000 pesos, they can earn that in about 5 days. That's what it would take, working 5 shifts, anywhere from 10 to 12-hour shifts to come up with that 1,000 pesos. Okay? One of these days, y'all going to listen. Yeah, you're right, Edwin. He says, yo, a lot of people living in the hills are in shape going up and down the mountains constantly. The women that you're dealing with are in shape just from day-to-day activities. You try sitting on that little 6-inch stool all day washing clothes. And like you said, walking everywhere, up and down the hills. They're in great shape. They can handle anything you bring into the table. We need self-improvement. They're in the prime of their life. We're at the end of our life, but we think it's too late. Oh, I'm 62 or whatever it is. There's no sense in me working out, eating better, reading, going back to school. We think it's too late, man. You only live once. But if you do it right, once is enough. But we want to come over here and deal with these young women, man. They're tough as nails. They're strong. They have to be. But we see the sweet, innocent face and think, oh, she's a pushover. And this is where a lot of us older men find ourselves in trouble. They'll take your ass back home in a damn coffin. More likely, they're going to cremate you and throw you in Manila Bay. Women over here ain't nothing to play with, man. You think you doing something with that old Viagra dick. You ain't doing nothing but beating yourself into a coma. Because believe it or not, women over here, they want to see you come. They like that, man. Because, you know, you'll hear them, you know, because I asked Merlin, they'll be at the meet and greets and different things, and they're always asking, hey, does he come? You know, because a lot of men, they're older. They're much older. You know, and then one woman's like, I just told him, hey, you know, you might as well stop. Are you okay? Because you're not doing anything. He said, okay, this is not what we're saying. You got a good point here. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, when you talking about now you're getting into Filipino law, is what I was discussing. She's certainly going to appreciate you more if she has that job. But we're not going to do that. It's easier said than done. You got a damn piece that's going over there earning, you know what, 100 pesos a day. A lot of them get 100, 150 pesos on a day under the table, working herself to the bone. What kind of man are you? If anything, send her back to school so she can get a better job. I'll be damned if I'm going to let, why you think I asked Marilyn to quit her job? Because they wasn't paying her. She wanted to show up his damn pencils in the stack. They still asking about her, begging her to come back. But no, y'all took her for granted. You wasn't paying her. I'll be damned if my woman's going to spend all them hours away from home for nothing. No, I don't buy that if she's only making it. Now, if she got a good job like Angelo Habib's woman, Yeah, keep your job. She's got a top job over here. Okay, now you keep it. But I'll be damned, you're going to be dragging home every evening. Man, I be on these buses. I see these women, they be sleep on the bus. They work so hard. They got to get up early at 4 o'clock to make it to an 8 o'clock job. Man, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, man. I'm over here. If she's making millions, if she's making pennies, I'm sorry. No. Mm-mm. Help her get a better job. That's what you do. But you don't let her sit there and, you know, work herself into a damn stroke. Hey, Uncle Dub, he said, Sunshine Show, shout out to you, Cal, from Juneau, Alaska. I just found your channel a few weeks ago. I love where you're coming from. Large Filipino community in Juneau. Wow, man, but you guys don't listen to me when I tell them. My channel, you know, this whole idea of this support group was taken from the support group that I saw in Louisville, Kentucky of Filipinos. And I was like, wow, they're way over here. And I mean, if they need a job, okay, I can get you a job. You need a ride. You need a place to stay. You need a few dollars. Okay. If they, don't you know something, man? Listen, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to remind y'all this one more time. When my wife left me here, okay, which we wasn't divorced or anything, but when she left me here and went back to the United States, she had no job and no place to stay. And you tell me how powerful of a support group that is. And you try that. Come to the Philippines with only with no money. Well, you know, she had money that, well, I'm saying she had no job and no place to stay. And you come over here in that same situation as a foreigner and see what we're going to do to you. We're going to kick you to the curb. Hey, Michael Onstead, thanks for that super chat. Super sticker. This is the resident health insurance guy. I don't even know, he may do life insurance. I'm retired. But Michael's the real deal. He's helped a lot of people in this community. And so if you got any questions, his Facebook page is Healthcare in the Philippines. Is that right, Michael? He'll answer all your questions. Because that's another thing we don't do. We throw away our healthcare and then we don't replace it. Or we replace it with something that's not even worth the paper that's written on. Some Moon said U.S. State Department says 9 million U.S. citizens live overseas. Okay, what would that be? Out of a population of 400 million. 10% would be 40 million. Okay, 1% would be 4 million. So what, 2%? About 2%. But the 9 million sounds like a lot until you put it up against the 400 million. And remember, a lot of people they didn't leave because they're dissatisfied like me. See, being dissatisfied is really a principle that can help you. It certainly can help you change. He said, Cal, you still on the no sugar diet? Absolutely. Because I was dissatisfied with my sugar consumption. I was dissatisfied being a sugar addict. It's all about self-improvement. Yeah, show some love. I'm not going to have my woman out there working for 100 and 150 pesos a day, like a Hebrew slave, then come dragging home to the house. You know, then she has to come here and cook, clean, scrub the floor, and give me a blowjob. Man, no. I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, it sounds good. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they get on here and, you know, a lot of them aren't even over here. And that stuff sounds good. Yeah, we could quit a job, help her get a better job. But if she's got a job like that, no, okay, I'm gonna give you a job then. Okay. You know, John's ex-girlfriend was being just treated miserable by her Chinese employer. She was a maid. He rescued her from that. He said, no, get out of that up under them circumstances. What, he's supposed to just leave her there? What's up, TJ Johnson? He said, think of the dignity and class your grandfather carried himself with. Could you imagine him saying he had sex with other dudes under an assumed alias on the internet? What are you talking about, TJ? LARPing. He said, I know my time is running out. I can feel it. At 60 years old, every day that I spend in the Matrix is wasted. Can't get those days back. Well, don't let them be wasted, man. Do something with them. You still on the sugar challenge? Congratulations on your new job. Remember, don't get locked up here. That's what I told my daughter when she didn't want to go work at McDonald's. I said, you don't have to work at McDonald's all your whole life, but you certainly need a job right now. You're a senior in high school. You know, she's thinking she got to work there for the rest of her life. Chief Helms said, Calvin, I come through. I want to check out Zamboanga City and Mindanao. You down for a trip? If I can work it out. Remember, I got a whole family here, man. But yeah, Zamboanga would be okay. Yeah, I'm getting rid of these guys. What kind of fruit did you get? Everything?
Orange.
Okay.
Mango,
Yeah, I got rid of him. Did you get the little orange or the big? Both? Yeah, put some in the refrigerator. What's up, Steve? They look sharp, booby. Where'd you get them? Oh, your own nails. Yeah, health insurance in the Philippines. Sorry, Michael. Hey, yeah. This is, go on Facebook, guys, if you want any information on health insurance over here in Southeast Asia.
I only get one pineapple because their pineapple is old.
That's not old?
No, that's why I carry just one.
Okay, good.
Then
He said 2% is a lot. He said, how many illegals have we absorbed in the last few years? Well, hell, we call them illegals, but it's really their land. I mean, you know, when you think about it, they know that this is politics, Steve. We're not going to get into politics because somebody's got to pick the apricots and the peaches and the apples off the trees, because I'm certainly not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Okay, it's a messed up policy anyway. But them same big wigs who create these laws, they're lobbying for companies and corporations who can do business on the other side of that border. They're hypocrites. The Mexicans can't come over, but we can go over there and do business and everything.
it's 7-3 here because I put movie smell.
What about Sahara? I mean, Sophia. How much you think it is? Well, ask, honey. Okay, here it is. He said, so working at tours to get a health plan. I spent about 30,000 pesos the last couple of months on the doctor bills, tests and stuff. Michael Onstad. Health insurance in the Philippines, Angelo Habib. Because you're in pretty good shape. He'll get you a good plan. Go on there and hook him up. I mean, you know, talk to him. He was at my meet and greet in Angeles City. I think he lives somewhere near Angeles City. He helped a lot of people there.
Sahara's shoes.
Okay. What'd you put in there?
Your money.
How much?
6-3.
So why you only taking that? What about for Sahara? I mean Sophia.
Monday pa, uy.
Oh, Monday. Okay. Yeah, he says there's always one or two Hamza for every well-adjusted 60-something on YouTube making something out of themselves. There's about 10 uncles that aren't allowed around their nieces, nephews, grands. Yeah, man, it's sad. He said, don't play somewhere else. Yeah, go play somewhere else. It's simple. I don't understand it. He said, foreign transaction fees will eat your money up. Not if you do it the right way. Probably for your first 90 days, Robert, it will. Until you're able to open up a bank account in the Philippines. And then all you have to do is transfer your money once a month. John taught me that. That's what he was doing. That's what I did. That's why he sent me over there to PNB to get that bank account. He said, they'll give you one. And that's what I do. I save a ton on transaction fees because if not, you're right. It's going to eat your money up. The ATM's going to eat it up. Western Union's going to eat it up. Remitly, Zoom. Because 10,000 pesos in our hand over here is nothing. You put it in the typical Filipino hands, okay, not that's been around us, because Maryland's spending habits is worse than mine now. But when I met her, hell, she was, if she earned 10,000 a month, she was happy as a lark. Yeah, he said, leave them better than you found them. Absolutely. But if you think I'm going to have my woman out there, you know, slaving and working in that hot sun, and you see how some people work over here, and when I can help her do something better, yeah, get a better job, go back to school. You know, I talk about unretired women, but in that case, you know, you just got to make a decision, man. You know, do I want this woman, you know, if she's 20, send her back to school. But certainly don't let her stay out there, man, because I'm going to tell you, man, just like the worst people that exploit black people are other black people, the worst people that exploit Filipinos are other Filipinos. Okay, certainly other Asians, man, okay? And they get exploited, dude. You want to go ask my maid in there. She, you know, one of the best maids, well, probably the best maid I've ever I call her helper. I don't like that word maid. That we've ever had, that I've ever had in the Philippines. Fell into my lap because somebody else mistreated her. You know, and I'm paying her double what they were paying her, you know, and I'm not all on her back, and, you know, she knows what to do already. She comes right in and starts. And if she wants to sit down and watch the teleseries, okay, I don't care. Mike Dorsonville said she'd be better off staying home. I completely agree with you, brother. Yeah, and if she has, you know, Angelo Habib's girlfriend's got a great job over here. You know. What's up, Sperling Edwards? I mean, really. It's the decision you have to make, you know. The younger she is, then you can kind of steer her towards something else. Like, hey, you want to own a business or, you know, go back to school. Or do you know anybody that can get you a better job? Now you got transportation. Merlin just wasn't getting paid. Merlin loved her job. She misses her job. But, you know, I'm saying, Merlin would leave her every Tuesday. She'd have to go to the main Bureau of Internal Revenue. It's like 3.5 hours from here. Okay. She'd have to make a complete circle. So she'd leave here at about 5:30 in the morning and wouldn't come back till 9 o'clock at night. And they give her 1,000 pesos for that. Okay. Now, before she met me, that was a lot. But then her clients got to the point where hell, they didn't want to pay her. Yeah, he said McDonald's paying 20 per hour here in California. And I agree with that. I don't know where I read it, though, Gatta, but this fast food business is a multi-billion-dollar business. The workers should be able to enjoy some of that profit. They're on the front line. They're the ones who are actually delivering you the food. They're cooking and delivering it to you. They should have been making $20 an hour. But we always give the breaks to the rich people. It's even in our mind subconsciously. We don't have any sympathy for the man who's actually on the grill, a hot-ass grill right now, frying up them hot-ass fries and chicken nuggets. We have no sympathy for him. Oh, he ain't supposed to make that kind of money. But he's the one who's delivering the product to you. And they're earning billions and billions of dollars on his back. But not one time did we question the corporation. Yeah, give them people $20 an hour because, okay, because you know they're going to manipulate that, though, Gatta. Now they're not going to give you 40 hours. Okay, and even if they did give you 4 hours, what's that, 800? Then by the time they take out taxes, what are you looking at, 500 or something? Depending on who you are. And you try to make it, what's that, 2,000 a month in America? Man, come on, guys. We need a living wage over there. But here's the thing. We won't push back. We're too lazy. We'll complain, but that's it. And then we'll go back and elect the same damn people. Y'all don't know it's a game being played. It's been played for a long time. There's a good book. It's called With Liberty and Justice for Some. And I think his name is Greenwell is his last name. He's a gay journalist. He's really good. Is it Glenn Greenwell? He lives in Brazil. But anyway, he wrote a book. And in the book, he's talking about the politicians and how they're tied up with the private sector. The politics, you know, these people who they're appointed certain positions in the government over certain legislation that affects the private industry. Well, they're just going back and forth. When they get through with government, they go back to the private sector, which they've already approved this beneficial legislation for. It's been going on forever, guys, but nobody cares. They're playing us like a damn piano. Yeah, he says, you haven't met anyone that's sailing to the Philippines. I'm curious if it's safe around the waters there now. Actually, I had a woman on here, her and her husband. They were on a cruise around the world. When they came to the Philippines, he ran off and left her. Now, that South Sulu Sea, that's dangerous. I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure you got people that, because all we hear about is the bad cases. We don't hear about the cases that got through there without a problem. But that's where the bad guys are. So if you're selling anywhere through there, around, you know, Palawan and all through there, you may have a problem. Because if you look at all those kidnapped cases, majority of them are off the coast of Palawan. And most of them are on boats, ships, you know, they're sailors. But I would say it's pretty good right now. He said, James Baldwin said, to be African American is to be African without any memory in American without any privilege. Wow. He said, brother, you're going to make me cry. 2 years max. It's a good plan. A little financial stability. I wonder what 70 feels like. Maybe it's not so bad. Well, you're in good shape to be 68, Robert. You got a good job, man. Really, I would consider a great job. Hell, you own your own place. You're your own boss. I'd make it worth it. He said, is it a must for everyone to have insurance just for a 3-month stay? Okay. Well, check that box, and that'll give you 30 days. The travel insurance will give you 30 days because you're talking about emergencies. It's what you're really worried about. Because over here in the Philippines, things work out a lot different. They can basically kidnap you in the hospital. That's why I ended up having to pay so much money. Well, my son and my girlfriend at the time, they were in the hospital. He was in there for 18 days. She was in there for 7. The bill was $350,000. They wouldn't let him go until I paid it in full, every peso. They even got an armed guard by the door of the hospital that simply would not unhook those IVs or anything until the bill was paid. He said, Calvin, do you know if Americans are welcome in Japan? So they want us moving over there permanent? I don't know. Now, Jeff retired, if he's on here, he lives in Japan, Okinawa. He said moving to Japan permanently is hard as hell. He's speaking from experience, yeah. He said, okay. Well, I'm going to tell you, these trolls are out today. Well, you know, basketball games on tonight? Tai Hung says, how big of a red flag is if Filipina says from the start she wants to marry a foreigner and move to the United States, even if she has been the sweetest, most loyal girl I've seen? Well, a lot of them do, man. You know, do you understand what life is like over here, Tai Hung? Why would that be a red flag? Why do you think she's with you? She wants that new life, that visa, okay? That better life. I mean, what, you think she wants you for your good looks and intelligence? Why is it so hard to get that across to men, especially Western men, that there's a game being played over here? Just play the game and say the hell with it, you know. But before I would bring her there, I would get to know her as much as you possibly can. I wouldn't bring her right over because you can get unlucky moving too fast. You're the one going to change her anyway, but that's really not a red flag, because even if they don't say it, you should already know that's what they want. Come over here and put yourself in her shoes. See how she's living on a day-to-day basis. And then you dangling out that visa, that carrot in front of her. And she's seen friends and family go over there. She got Facebook and Instagram because they're not shy to show their new life over there. That's mainly what they do. The cars and the houses, man. I'm going to tell you something. Filipinos go from 0 to 100 faster than anybody I've ever seen. And a lot of us take them there. They come from nothing to something about as quick as you could possibly. There was a woman when I was still over in America before I came over here. Friend of ours over there. She's at the bank counting out 16,000 on Facebook that her husband gave her to go on vacation back over here in the Philippines. That's the kind of stuff they do. So no, it's not a red flag because that's what they want. They don't want you because you look good. They want that good. They want the good life. They want that better life. They want that visa, man. He said that at Angelo Habib, 30,000 pesos is only a few $100. Well, see, that's the problem, solo journeyer. 30,000 is a lot over here in a peso economy. He said health insurance is double that every month, right? 30,000 is about a little bit over $500 right now with the peso being so strong. I mean, the dollar being so strong, 57.85 pesos. But 30,000 pesos, do you know how much money that is over here? Do you know what that is to the typical Filipino? It would take you the same amount of effort to come up with 30,000 in America as it would take them to come up with 30,000 pesos over here. That's quite a lot of money in the Philippines. But this is where we mess up. It's not a few $100. It's 30,000 pesos, guys. It's going to take you a long time. That's one thing that trips us up. But if you come over here focused on that and saying, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to learn how to ride this damn bicycle. If I don't know how to do anything else, I'm going to learn how to drive a stick. Basically, it's what you're going to have to do. Because it's a little bit more complicated than driving an automatic. But once you make that transition, once you can see that difference, your whole world's going to change over here. But until then, you're going to overspend because you're always going to be converting. They do not accept dollars over here. They only accept pesos. This is a peso economy. If somebody's earning, just say the minimum wage in San Carlos City is 400 pesos per day. None of that is saved. All that's spent, transportation, food, rent, and everything else. And there's no savings for that. How long do you think it would take them solo journeyer to come up with 30,000 pesos? Probably never. Because you're never going to have any savings. Okay, until you see that the easiest way is to come over and say, well, how hard is it for them to just earn 30,000? How many months would it take on your job just to earn it? Let alone save it up. Then you won't be so quick to say, oh, it's only a couple of $100 here. Here's 30,000 to the girl. Because that's what we're doing. We're converting it. Oh, that's only $400. And she's looking at you like, thank you, you damn fool. You know how long it would take me to come up with this 30,000? And you just giving it to me like it's nothing? 10,000. Merlin already told you 10,000 is a lot of money over here in the hands of the typical Filipino at one time. But y'all won't listen. Y'all gonna figure it out yourself. Okay. Then you got guys over here, okay, who are giving women millions of pesos. So figure that one out. And spending millions on them like it's something they're used to. Because we're doing that old conversion bull crap that's going to cause you to go broke. Remember, there's about four things that can happen to you when you're into a relationship over here. That's probably going to happen to you. One, you're going to be happy. You're going to find a good woman. I got number one. Number two, you're going to go broke. Number three, you're going to have children. You're going to have some children. Number four, you're going to get into trouble some kind of way. Health trouble, financial trouble, trouble with the police. Hey, Marlon Alvarez, thanks for that super chat. He said Dave Chappelle recommended the book Pimp and helped him realize how he was getting pimped by the big companies for his content and turned down millions. Yeah, because once you sign those contracts, Marlon, why do you think you don't see athletes speaking out on certain issues? They cannot do it. There's certain character. They do that on purpose. Why do you think they call them owners of these teams? They're the owners because they own your ass. They own these players, man. There's a book called $1 Million Slaves. Read that. But it's all these clauses in these contracts. They can't say certain things. They can't even be around certain people. They own them. Okay? You know, there's a lot that goes on to that. Once he figured that out, he was like, no, I don't want that. You know, I want something a little bit more liberal. I want some more freedom, you know. But, you know, because we always talk about sellouts, and you're talking about selling out, man. You selling out. That's why you don't see a lot of these black athletes, man, doing a whole lot for their community. And look at all the things that's going on. Yeah, they'll wear a T-shirt. I can't breathe. That's nothing. Because they know the stipulation in the contract, they won't get a dime. Those are some very strict contracts. I love the challenge says at 53 shades dark in the Philippines today, that government cheese will be made by Pfizer or Moderna. I remember the peanut butter. He said 30,000 pesos didn't break me, but it's still a lot to spend just to get some blood tests and doctor consultations. Imagine if a real emergency happened or I needed surgery or something. And you're in Davao where they've got good hospitals. And more likely you went to a private hospital. Let's make that distinction while we're on here. You got the public hospitals and private. Okay, when I'm done. If you're worried about money, go to a public hospital. But if you're not, go to a private. We've got two here. One is San Carlos Doctors Hospital, is private. And then you got City Hospital, which is public. It's the reason why my son's bill was so high. He went to a private Shodan hospital in Zamboanga City. I didn't know the difference then in 2012. I know the difference now. But it's a good thing he did, because had he went to the city hospital, he probably would have died. Yeah, they have a hard time because they're over there, Frank. They're not over here. And I understand that. So they're always going to have a hard time. Even when they finally get here, they're going to have a hard time because that damn exchange calculator is going to keep going off in their head. They don't realize the Philippines doesn't take dollars. It's pesos. And the easiest way to figure it out is just, okay, well, how long will it take you to earn this 1,000 pesos I'm about to give you? And she's going to tell you, it'll take me 3 days, 4 days of hard work. And now you'll get appreciation of what 1,000 pesos is. It's not just $18 to you, dummy. Because as long as it's just $18 to you, you're going to go broke over here. You're going to give people too much money. You're going to tip too much. You're going to do everything too much. You're going to pay too much for a house. You're going to pay too much for a lot, for a car, a motorcycle. You're going to overspend. You got to figure this peso economy out, man. It's more than just the exchange rate. It's the degree of difficulty. I came up with that out of my own damn mind. I was like, how can I get these guys to see that it's more than the exchange rate? Well, how hard does it take you to come up with $30,000? Most of us. Pretty damn hard, right? Most of us just can't go out and put our hands on 30,000. It's the same way over here for 30,000 pesos or whatever it is. Let's say 1,000,000 pesos. So $1 million. You can't just go out and put your hands on $1 million. It's a lot of money, man. Yeah, now, you see, you're saying a whole lot right here. This is something I've been saying for 4 years. Certainly for the last 2 years since the Philippines been open. He says, funny, people know better than to throw money around in the U.S., but they lose their brain when they go overseas, especially in the Philippines. How many times, guys, don't lie, did I say that? We lose our minds even before we get here on the plane. We volunteer for a lobotomy. We lose it when we get over here for some reason. We literally go crazy. And I'll be like, man, would you do that at home? Okay, one of my subscribers, he stayed in the guest house a couple of nights. We hung out together, even in Dumaguete, even in Siquijor. He spent 30,000 US dollars in 2 months over here. In 2 months, man. That's a lot of money, guys, to spend in America in 2 months. Certainly in the Philippines, I mean, that's just a crazy amount of money. I don't know, everything looks like a deal. I'm just saying. Guys giving their retirement money away. Yeah, instead of, okay, if you do the 1, 2, 3, like I told you, you're going to be in on every peso of yours. You give her that lifestyle. You bringing her along with you, remember? That's the way you win over here. You don't give it to the woman. You bring her along with you. Certainly if you don't have any skins in the game, if you're not married, if you don't have any children with her, just bring her along with you on this wonderful ride. Okay? The new lifestyle. Take her places. Push the button. You're going to enjoy all of that. But we literally give our money away that you don't get back. Now he said, now you over here payday one, because you're sounding pretty tough. Believe it or not, guys like this, they talk like this online, but when they get over here, they don't do that. I'm sorry. You don't do that. It don't work like that over here. You're in their country. They can screw you around pretty bad with that attitude. And this attitude you don't want. You're not in America. You can't run those games like you can over there. It doesn't work over here. He said, you're in control. Stop letting them manipulate you into bullshit. She's following you if she don't like your bag. Yeah, okay. Remember, these women aren't stupid. They'll follow you, but they're not going to let you mistreat them. Okay, y'all bring that stuff or the man and spirit stuff over here, man. It's not going to work. Try some finesse. Try a little tenderness. That's what's the song about. Who sung that song? This is my advice to men. Try a little bit of that, okay? Because the men over here are pretty damn strict already. Okay, this is what y'all don't understand. You're going to bring that bullshit over there from the West thinking you're going to put it down over here. It's not going to work. She's going to go to somewhere else. She's going to be like, I'm not going to put up with this. But, it sounds good. People are going to applaud it. It sounds good. But can you really put it into action with a decent woman? No, it's not going to work. You got to finesse, the lady, man. That's what you do. That's what works over here. Some tenderness works over here. You ain't got to be a sucker. We're not even in control of our own senses, let alone going to try to control somebody else. Your pants is on fire when you get over here. You don't even control your own faculties, but you're going to try to be in control of somebody else. That sounds good, man. That's good internet talk, guys, but it don't work. It doesn't work over here in the Philippines. It's not going to work long anyway. They're not going to let you mistreat them. And guess what? If somebody else sees you mistreating her, you're going to have problems. Okay? Yeah, just still a little tenderness, man. That's all. But these man of spirit guys, they come over here, these men going their way. It don't work in the Philippines. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, Otis Redden, yeah. W Secrets to Success blog, he says, yeah, the visa situation is a beast if you're on 50 years old, are ready to pay for the super visa package. I'm sure you would figure out something to make it work. Yeah, you talking about over in Thailand. The Philippines, he said, Michael Bowden, the Philippines has a pretty liberal retirement visa because you're not paying for it. That's the big difference. It's a bond so that you're not going to be a ward of the state, okay? That you're not going to run off owing somebody over here, but you get that money back. Say, for instance, if you got an SRV, any of them, and then you got married and you wanted to convert it over to a 13A, you can. I mean, you're going to get the 13A, then you're going to cancel your SRV and get your money back. But if you ban those visas, that money's gone. You're paying for them in Thailand because Thailand's got that big fist. They got 49 million tourists coming in, man. They're setting all kind of rules now. You know, it's my way or the highway. The Philippines is trying to get people to come over here. They're sitting at 8 million. Thailand's like a big boss. Like I got four. We got some. We can make up the rules as we go. That's basically what they're doing. When you got 49 million coming in. Michael Dawsonville said he spent $30,000 in 2 months in the Philippines on what? I hope he bought a couple of lots. 30,000. That's almost 2 million. I don't know what he did, but I told you. Okay, he was staying. He flew into Cebu, so he was staying at the what's the name of the hotel in the airport? The Waterfront. So the girl comes to see him, but she don't come by herself. She brings her two sisters. Well, guess what he does? He puts them up in the damn Waterfront. See? Because he's doing this calculator. Oh, it's only 8,000 pesos a night or whatever it was. That's only $140 a night. Don't you know that the Ace Pension House would have, they were from the province in Marlborough. They would have been tickled pink with the Ace Pension House. We're our biggest problem because we don't even try to come over here and sit still and look around and see how things move, see how people move, see how things work. We just come right over here and put our bullshit down. And we end up going broke. That's a lot of damn money he spent. But he spent it. He's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He said, don't lose your life savings buying the Carabao in the Philippines. Actually, that's a good damn investment. Yeah, I'm back. He says, right now, the construction workers are building more houses here up the road from me. It's so high out. Part of me wants to order a bunch of Jollibee and give it to them. It'd be better if you just went to the sorry store and got them either some water or some Cokes. They would be really appreciative of that. One of them cold Cokes in the can. I just get, how many workers is it? 5, 10. Then get like 5 or 6 litro Cokes. That's what to get them. They don't have, those construction workers probably haven't had Jollibee in their whole life. Jollibee is a big deal over here for a lot of people. Everybody doesn't eat Jollibee, man. It's too expensive. They're not going to spend 190 pesos on a Jolly meal. Hell, that's 3 kilos of rice. Buy them something to drink. Yeah, he said that visa's a lot of cheese, but well worth it. He said you won Western men in the live stream 2 summers ago. The Filipino men are ready to kick your ass. You know, we look at them like because they're smaller in stature, and you know, it's just the way that Western society has kind of silenced the Asian man. Well, you'll be in trouble if you do that over here, because really, you don't know the bad guys from the good guys. You don't know who's who. If you fight one Filipino, you got to fight them all. But they don't play fair either. So you know why you think you're doing something, they'll just catch you out, bang your newspaper, cup of coffee in the morning, and shoot you in the damn head and be done with it. No one will ever find out who did it. Okay? So just come over and respect. I treat everybody the same because you never know who the VIPs are, who they're not. But I certainly give everybody the same respect that I would expect from my own self. Okay, who is this? Sperling Edwards said someone's using my name. Oh, okay. Which one is it, Sperling? Because I'm on the live stream. I can't read it. Look out for Sperling Edwards' name, guys. OB says if men date with good intentions, they will get better results. Jumping from woman to woman is very treacherous. Now, the first part, I got to agree with you. You're right. Because remember, we don't get lucky, we get unlucky over here. But jumping from woman to woman is very treacherous. Sometimes you don't have a choice. The first one's not going to work out. So it's not like you may have all the best intentions in the world, but just won't work. There's very few foreign men that you see over here. I'm talking about unless they really, really just, I don't know. I don't think they've been living here long enough just to have one woman. Hell, John had 7. I probably had 5. I mean, you know, it's just how it is. We're that different. If you want to know how different you are from the typical Filipino woman, then go out with the typical Filipino man. Just go out with him. Take him out, you know, and just see how uncomfortable you're going to feel. What's up, Michael? Oh, okay, he said someone's faking my name here. It's the one with the red circle and S in the middle. Oh, okay. Hey, Jacob Tanja, if you see anybody on here, Sperling Edwards, he says it's the one with the red circle and an S in the middle. He said it's hard to see it without thinking that the visa costs more than Calvin's house. Yeah. See, that's the crazy thing, man. You know, Americans, but I tell you something, TJ, if you don't think about it too long, you'll do it. But the more you think about it, the harder it's gonna be. What's that for? 5 years? Yeah. Especially when you land in Moncton, because you're gonna land in Moncton. Ace Pension House is gonna be in Moncton. They got cold air, hot and cold showers, clean. You get a free breakfast. You know, it's nothing to write home about, but it's not some filthy rat trap. It's really nice. It's right on the main road, right across from Gesano Mall. Easy to get anywhere if you're trying to go across the bridge. But it's mainly there for you can get your rest, get your feet underneath you after that long ass fight, man. And the time difference, man, y'all think this is a joke, okay? he said at least 20 workers. He said, maybe I won't do it today, but sometime soon I like to give them cold water or food or something. Yeah, give them something to drink because they probably bought lunch. You know, they probably bought rice and all that stuff like that. I would give them something to drink in that hot sun. And they'll remember you forever for that little stuff like that. Wow, they building a lot. And see, this is what people, another thing people get wrong about the Philippines. There's money here in the Philippines, okay? He's saying all these houses going up. But what about all these condo units that's going up in Manila and Cebu? Where's that money coming from? You're talking about billions and billions of pesos. I'm talking about in Cebu City, there's at least 4 or 5 that I know personally, new condo units going up. You see the cranes. That's a lot of money. He says, I suggest you guys get a membership. It will be a little bit harder for them to fake you because they will have to pay a membership. Plus, if no symbol, we'll know. Hey, that's a great idea because they're really, you know, these guys are simple-minded. This online stuff has really brought out just some immature simps. I don't even call them simps. I call them saps. When I was growing up, we called them saps. I mean, you're nothing, man. He said, I guess Jollibee is like Red Lobster here. No, not really. But, you know, it's people got their priorities in order, Frank, here. Well, we don't. We don't, man, paying $20 for a Big Mac meal. But they're going to look at that, just say 1,000 pesos over here and be like, ah, that's rice, fish, milk, and diapers. He said, I couldn't even spend 30,000 a year in BGC, let alone in 2 weeks. That's insane. Now, he was here 2 months. Okay, he said the fake is with the red circle. Yeah, treat everyone with respect. That's what I do. I treat everybody the same here, with the same kindness and respect, because you don't know. Our mayor walks around here sometimes, wide open. Okay, imagine you getting into it with him. He could have you deleted, man, within the hour. And would nothing be, you know what I'm saying? Some of the people here in the Philippines, they're so powerful that it will be illegal in America. You know, some people over here, they got private armies, man. It's no joke over here. But we come over here, we carry that bullshit. Like I said, you see the guy, Payday One, he coming over here, he's a tough guy. You know, he's saying a lot of good stuff. But you need to calm down, man, when you come over here. There's people over here with private armies, certainly hit squads. A hit squad is nothing over here, okay? You go just like that. You fool with the wrong woman. You come over here and disrespect the wrong woman or man. We'll just say woman because that's who we're dealing with. And you're going to end up dead. You know, you'd be happy if they just deport you and blacklist you. You know, Americans, we're very arrogant, man. We grow up in a society, we're indoctrinated that we're the best at everything, that we're bigger and better than everybody else. And we take that with us wherever we travel. And you see a lot of us are getting deleted around the globe with that old funky attitude, man. You think because you got a little bit more money than somebody, it gives you the right to mistreat them. You're not going to get anywhere over here. You're not going to accomplish anything. That's what I talk about all the time. Most people end up living quiet, you know, unexciting lives over here. Some people would call it boring. But just being in the Philippines, man, makes it, you know, all that. But I talk a lot on my videos about people over here who never accomplish anything. They just come over here and hang out and, you know, they just waste, they're really wasting time. You could be doing something else. Hey, thank you, brother. He said, you have a glow about you, Cal. Cutting down the sugars help It's visible. It has, man. Y'all think I'm joking, man. It's just been 11 days. I couldn't get this hyped up before unless I was on that damn caffeine at Nescafe. But they got some good Nescafe, man, in the Philippines. That would hype me up. But now it's coming to me gradually back where I'm my same passionate self without the damn caffeine. Because before I'd come on the live, I'd be already had two in me. Y'all just didn't know it. I already have 2 cups in me. I'd be going off. Well, hell, they don't have a Jollibee in Virginia Beach with all those Filipinos there. I went to the one in Chicago when it first opened up, right? And it was, we waited in line so long. It snaked through. They had these little, railings. It went through, it snaked through. We waited in line. I got to know these 2 nurses from the Philippines because it's all Filipinos. I mean, that line was really long. Michael Browning said, suggestion, try understanding the culture of any country before going there. Yeah, it's easy to kind of, okay, if you come here and you just settle down and kind of sit around and look around and see how things move and see how people act and see how things work here, you're going to be a whole lot better off. But most of us, we're so arrogant, man. That's how we are. We get off the plane thinking we run the place. You're going to do it the way I want to do it. And then if you don't, you'll be like, well, why isn't it done that way? Hey, Mike Dawsonville, thanks for that super chat. He says, we are our own demise. We need to calm down. Man, you said it all right there. But if I say it, they're not going to listen. We're the problem. We come over here and we give, okay, now, there's a guy, he's a Facebook friend of mine. He's over here now. He's got a young girl. Okay, you don't think, okay, I think she's 19, he's 62. Okay, and they're in love, and so far as that, I believe them. But you don't think she's got a backup plan? She'd be stupid not to. But and he splurged on her because he loves her. Remember, we're all in. He's not thinking about any other woman, but she is. This is a perfect example. She got a new iPhone, diamond ring, gold tennis bracelets, gold necklace. She got it all, and probably is gonna fuck it all up because she's not used to it. He should have came over here first, bought her some good pieces of silver first, and say, okay, let me see how, maybe bought her an Oppo phone first. Let me see how she takes care of that phone. Okay. See, if I really wanted to be stupid and buy Marilyn an iPhone, I wouldn't have a problem because she's had that little 6,000 peso Oppo phone that I bought for maybe 3 years ago. It's like new. She took care of a brand new iPhone. Okay, think about that. Let that marinate in your head. How much money that is. Okay, that's like going to America and giving a woman, let's say, 65 or 70,000 US dollars. And then, when somebody tries to warn y'all get crazy. Y'all take it the wrong way. Like I'm telling you, that's a lot of money. He probably could have shored up her house for that kind of money. I'm trying to find something. I overlooked something. I'm sorry. Okay, that's W Secrets of Success. Thanks for that super chat. He said, by the way, where's your hairpiece? Put it on for the subs. Yeah, I forgot. Well, the reason I did that. Hold on, I'm going to let Marilyn do it. Marilyn, where's Marilyn? Oh, okay. Let me see if I can find it. Well, the point I made was, okay, remember, you see, a lot of black women wear these, extensions and wigs, right? Thinking they're cute. And I've said it on the live stream before. I said, imagine if black men thought that they had to go out and buy a hairpiece, a white man's hairpiece, just to look handsome. So I ordered the hairpiece offline to make a point. Like our women out here looking like this, and I had the hairpiece on, looking real stupid, right? But our women be out here looking like that, thinking they looking like something. That's the point I was trying to make. I didn't put it on my YouTube, but I probably will, because I know one of the trolls will take it and I'll be a meme forever. Because I tell you, it's funny. It's a funny piece. Son of Hearn, he said, so if we don't have a bunch of money, I'm sure they would definitely have a plan B. It doesn't matter how much money you got, they got a plan B. Okay, how old are you, son of Hearn? Okay, say for instance, remember the dreamer I told you? At the time I was dealing with her, I think I was 59, and she was 22. You don't think she would have had a plan B? If I would have opted for her, you don't think that she would have had a plan B? Just the fact that a lot of these age gaps over here are so large, a woman's got to have a plan B. But remember, if you look at the video, it says just in case your relationship doesn't work. She's not cheating. She's not even thinking about the other guy. But there's somebody somewhere nearby that she can reach out and touch if y'all's relationship don't work. I see it all the time. I've seen a friend of mine was with a girl for about his first 6 months to a year. They broke up. She's been with like 2 or 3 men since, looking for that, that rescue plan. It has nothing to do with your money. It has to do with the lifestyle. There's so much riding on the relationship. Once they make the decision that this is what I want to do, I want to deal with foreigners. Okay, I want this new lifestyle. I want to go on trips. I want, the nice place, the condo and all that, the house and lot or whatever it is. Okay, they're fixed on that. So if you can't give it to them, they're going to keep trying until they come up on somebody. Okay, it has nothing to do with they all got a plan B. See, you wouldn't know because you never dealt with a Filipino before, or you don't live over here. They move on quick. My son's mother, who loved me more than any woman probably ever in my life. It's a toss-up between her and Marilyn, but I give it to her because she was from the province. I mean, would do anything with me, bend over back. It didn't matter. Okay, we split up in February of 2012. In June, okay, March, April, May, June. She was in America, okay, on a fiance visa, getting ready to get married. That's 4 months, guys, okay? Back then, with 2012, you could get a K1 in 3 months. 3 to 6 months, it was moving that fast. She got hers in 3 months. There was nothing to hold her back. Because there was somebody who was already somewhere around. Maybe she had met him on the dating site and turned him down because she got with me. Or maybe it was somebody in her Facebook or whatever it was. At that time, I think it was like, what was that other, Yahoo Messenger? Whatever it was. They got them, guys. Don't fool yourself. It doesn't mean she's cheating on you or anything like that. He said, thank you for the gifted membership. See, this is another thing we got to think about, guys, with these gifted memberships. Now, when you gift more than one membership, can you say who to give it to? Because a lot of times we're giving them to trolls. I'm not saying this is a troll, but you got to be careful when you do that. Okay, TJ Johnson, he says, are there dates locked down for June, July meetup? Not yet, but I'm gonna have one the last of probably either the last of June or first of July. But yeah, be careful with when you're gifting these memberships, because that one guy that what's his name? Um, Corey Feldman, I don't think he's a good guy. He said, get a Randy Watson wig. Now I just got a wig shaped like, like a typical, Chinese guy, really. I think it was, but it's funny looking wig. But it proved my point. I won't wear it. Hey TJ, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'd like to bring up the idea of a DeVal meetup back to the forefront. I have time to make July happen if you're around. Well, maybe we could do that, because it's a lot of expats in DeVal. But see, here's the thing. We want to, if we're going to do it there, we'd like a place where, like a restaurant or something where we won't have to pay. Our payment will be bringing the people there and patronizing them, TJ, because those places, man, can get expensive if you try to, charter the place. He said, yeah, you do a DeVal meetup, make this friggin' city fun. Yeah. He said, how about Charlie Showman? Now, Charlie Chowmain. Now, I saw him on one of, okay, they've really gotten on regular guy now. I mean, for his sake, I hope he's innocent. But they're all in on him now. And this one European guy was, made a trolling video. I didn't look at the video, but I was just looking in the comments. I saw that Charlie Chowmain, he's trying to tie me and Derek Q up with regular guy. I mean, they'll try anything, because he stayed in my guest house. See, they got selective hearing. I didn't even know who the regular guy was until I let him stay in my guest house. We were riding into, because this was years ago when the Philippines first opened up. I just knew him as Scotty. Well, Scott, really. It wasn't Scotty. And I seen him I picked him up at the terminal. I didn't think nothing of it. We were riding back. He said, yeah, I got a channel regular guy. And I was like, oh, man, you're a regular guy? And he didn't really have a big following then. He's big now, and he stayed over there. We never did anything. And I don't have anything against him because I don't know what he's done, yay or nay. But I saw they were trying to tie. They said, yeah, he stayed over Calvin Roach's. That's what he put. Calvin Roach's guest house, probably, cooking up something with some young girls, He said, don't worry too much about the locale. I owe you one after kicking the can for a year. Okay, just let me know, man. I'll put the word out. Yeah, Charlie Chowmain. Yeah, but it's spelled Chowmain, M-E-I-N. They didn't even know that was fake. Well, I don't know. They just come down on him really, really bad. Everybody's jumped on the bandwagon now. And I mean, they got Filipinos in on it now. And, and no one has any concrete evidence, really. They claim that they got some 17-year-old they supposed to have felt up somewhere. See, over here, those kind of accusations are dangerous, guys. I'm speaking from experience because it's so serious that the Filipino authorities, they're going to call you in anyway. It's best for him that they go ahead and call him in and just investigate and find him innocent so he can get on with his life, because they basically stopped him in his track. He said, let's get together and rent that house in Lapu-Lapu, a bunch of us. I know I mentioned this before, but let's make it happen. Yeah, we can. Now, TJ could put that together, but when's the next time you're going to be in Lapu-Lapu, TJ? Yeah, he said there's a lot of beautiful places in Davao. I'll be in Davao in July and August. Yeah, we could even, is there any place in Samoa Island? That'd be nice. Yeah, see, you took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, we could do it on Samoa Island. But I don't know how many people would show up. He said, Sunshine, have you visited other Asian countries? I visited Thailand on my visa run. Of course, you know, just stopovers in South Korea and Japan, but only only Thailand. I really loved it. Yeah. They own him bad. You know, they're not gonna stop. You know, he said, heard they turned him in, but I don't watch them channels. I want to learn about the Philippines, not drama. Yeah, and that's all it is. And it's us. Remember, Mike Dortmund just said it, but I tell you all the time, we're our own worst enemy. You don't see Filipinos getting on there doing that. It's these foreigners doing it. He just doesn't want to fight. You know, he's not like me. See, I fought. I didn't just get scared and run. I'm like, these guys are lying. Yeah, see, he don't want to fight, but I feel sorry for him. Okay, he says I can get a boat to do the shuttle runs if we do Samoa Island. Just don't make me buy the booze. Yeah, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about that. And I'll put it out there. And, you know, hell, even if just a few people show up, man, it'd be enough. He says, I can't believe people that act like that will record it, put it online, didn't expect nothing to happen. Well, see, you can misinterpret anything. I mean, what's that mean just because he slows the camera down? Do we really know how old those girls are? I mean, what did he do? Is that a crime? I mean, you know, you can misinterpret it. Well, see, I already talked about that. He said, what if a Filipino lies on you and try to bring charges against you for breaking up with her? Well, good luck. You got to fight it. This happened before. You wouldn't be the first one it happened to. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you come over here, like the guy said, with the right intentions, and if it just don't work out, it don't work out. But if you come over here with that, you know, that old manosphere attitude, like, oh, yeah, I got the money, and you're going to follow me back. Man, you asking for trouble 8,000 miles away. This is why people are getting deleted in these. We bring it on ourselves. You don't know you don't know who's who. You don't know where you are. You can't understand the language. You know nothing. But you want to come over and talk about, yeah, I got the money, so yeah, you're going to run me. It ain't about running. Okay, 53 Shades Darker. Yeah, you know, just keep talking about baby Roonies, you know, and different things like that. I mean, we could all be wrong. It's none of my business. I'm just saying that they're really after him, man. I don't know what he's doing. He says, I've been to Vietnam and Thailand, but never the Philippines, but I've dealt with Filipino women in the States, beautiful women. I'm going to Malaysia in September, then hopefully 2025, the Philippines. Yeah, now, you know, Filipinos in the States, they're a whole lot different. You know, it's a whole different monster than the Philippines over here. He said they turned into the National Enquirer vloggers. That's funny, Frank. But, you know, yeah, whoever shows up, shows up. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be great, man. I'd love to do that, TJ, on Samoa Island. How long of Boat ride is that from the mainland to Samoa Island. Yeah, yeah, they're a different monster, man. Like I said, I want the original. Y'all can keep the crispy. I want the woman that's never been anywhere near the States. I want a dreamer. That's what I want. I don't want a woman whose dreams have already become true. Y'all can keep that one. He said they're hating on him because he's becoming more popular than them. Bunch of haters, cowards. Well, you know, jealousy always spurs that because you never see them go after a guy who has 1,000 subscribers who may be doing the same thing. Okay, why now? Okay, why now? If he was making the same videos he's been making ever since, because they can't get any coverage if they come after a guy that nobody knows about. They sit by and they wait for you to become popular, just like they did me. He said, "You have one, Cal? What are you talking about?" Oh, okay, depending on where you're going. Okay, good. That's good. Yeah, I want one that's been here, that's lived here, has never been anywhere near the States. Like I said, I want a dreamer. I want a woman who sees me as somebody special, not just a regular guy. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Well, they're all dreamers. If you meet them on the dating site, they're dreamers. All of them. They're dreaming of that new life. Guys, these aren't normal relationships. I don't even want to do a video about it because they would take it the wrong way. But there's nothing normal about these relationships that we have with women over here. There's nothing normal about it, except that you're a man and she's a woman. That's it. That's where all resemblance to a normal relationship ends, right there. I'm just telling you. He said, yeah, yeah, no real content. It's a lot of them on here like that, you know. Um, but you always got to question the timing. You know, when I only had 1,000 subscribers, nobody was making videos about me. It was only when I got popular and they said, "Oh, okay, I can talk about Calvin and get views." I even just put Sunshine Shoulders in the title, and that's what they're doing. Y'all seen that guy? I think he's got cerebral palsy or something over here. He's not. I don't know if he's a troll. People think he's drunk, but he's got cerebral palsy. He just put regular guy in his title and got like 600 something views. He normally gets like 53 views and stuff like that. That's all it is. Because he's no different now than he was before. And the people that they really should be looking at, they're not looking at. Because they're also trolls. Okay, but they're doing worse stuff than he's being accused of doing. I don't know, what is that chat GPT-40? No, I ain't making. I want a real woman. I'm sorry. Whatever that means. He said, I've heard people say don't bring anything from our country over to the Philippines and make sure you have patience. Booby. Yeah, you definitely got to have patience. Well, you're going to bring the first, man, it's going to take you a while to get rid of that matrix, to get the matrix out of your bloodstream. But if you will, and if you stay over here long enough, you can't come back and forth and do it. Because the minute you go back to the matrix, you're infected again. But I've been over here for almost 6 years, man. It's out of my bloodstream. I see how crazy it is over there. Now, here they are, like I said, today they brought up a video now. Now, P. Diddy did already pay this woman like $30 million. And so in essence, he's already admitted to all the stuff that she said he did. Now TMZ is bringing out a video that that happened 8 years ago. And now they're going to try to retry the man again, in public opinion, in the public courts. I can't deal with that. You don't see that going on over here. That kind of stuff don't happen over here. There's no council culture over here. Oh, they're happy, man. He said, but now we got 4, we got 4 more, but we're about to give them away, man. They're funny. I won't even look at them because I don't want to get attached to them, Marlon. And there's some beautiful little puppies. They're little. They're maybe a week or 2 away from us giving them away. But we can't keep them. There'll be 7 dogs around here. I'm not going to do that. The hell, they might deport me for that. He said, people like drama. This is true. They like to see people do bad. I'd rather get 20 views than be a toxic bullshit spreader. And that's true. And eventually your channel's going to grow. You just got to keep going. But that's what it is. And they can only get drama. See, they're not going to come after you 53 Shades Darker because you haven't reached that point yet. Nobody knows who you are. But once they know who you are and they'll put that 53 Shades Darker at 53 Shades Darker in the thumbnail or something, then they're coming. But I'm no different than I was when I had 200 subscribers. I really toned myself down for real. He said, you can have AI. I need my human woman debauchery. Yeah, I take all of that. Now, I don't want that crazy stuff. Trust me, they cannot reinvent that, the vagina. They've tried. They can't. Okay, that's nature right there. But I want to tell you guys something. I don't know if y'all even knew it, and I was reading up on something and found this out. It's the same tissue that makes up the vagina, makes up the throat. I don't want to give anybody any ideas, but it does. So, take that for whatever you want to make out of it. But yeah, the same tissue that's in the vagina is also in the throat, which is crazy, but maybe those two go together for some reason. He said, what would be the best part of the Philippines for me to go to for the first time, in your opinion? Well, okay, what do you like? Are you like W Secrets to Success? You like civilization? Or you like me? You like the beaches and the island beauty like that? Or if you want both, you go to Cebu. Because Cebu City is part of Cebu Province, which is the whole island of Cebu. So 3 or 4 hours in either direction, north or south, and you're going to be at the beach. But Cebu City is a civilization, the nightclubs, the nice condos, the parties, the malls, and all that. I would say flying to Cebu or Angeles City, really. I was so impressed with Clark Airport and the ease, and it's just so new. And then of course Angeles City, it's just like hell. It's really like America in the Philippines. Yeah, you can. He said, can you live there on a tourist visa only? Yeah. But see, we're even gonna mess that up. You got vloggers out here that are sending letters to the Bureau of Immigration saying, why did they have to spend $20,000 for SRV just to live here, and you got guys over here living here on tourist visas, not realizing that you get certain rights, protections, and privileges under under SRV that you can't even imagine with a tourist visa. You can go to school, you can work, You can own a business. You know, you have access to certain universal health care over here. But Americans, we just love drama. Yeah, you can say, I've been here, okay, I was here 36 months. I went to Thailand for 5 days. I came back. I've been here for 2 years. Next month will be 2 years. So next year, I've got to do my visa run again. And unless nothing's changed, that's what I'm going to do. He said, where should we eat dinner on Sikiho for my birthday? I'm going to tell you the best place for me is a place called Dolce Amore. It's an Italian restaurant owned by Italians. They make their own sauces, you know, because I like their food. They've got real good food. Yeah, it is all about sensationalism and drama. He said, what about the dating sites where they invite you to meet 20 women at a table and half of those women have kids already? You know, what a joke. Yeah, well, that's all part of a package. You even got to book your flights through them and everything. That's a package. And it's, you know, it's very popular. A lot of people like it. I would feel uncomfortable with 20 women sitting around at the table looking at me. But it's legit because my son's mother, I don't know how these dating sites pick you to go to attend one, but she attended one right before I met her. And actually the guy had picked her, but they never went out on a date. But they're legit. I mean, it costs a lot of money. I would rather just buy my own plane ticket and get my own membership on the dating site. But you're definitely going to come out with something. Yeah, he said, wait, you mean more dogs? Yeah, what happened was, you know, Shirley's a girl and Curly is a boy. They had Lucky. Then she had another. This time she had 4. But we're going to give them all away. Yeah, you know, whatever y'all want to do with that, but it's true. You know, it's the same thing in the throat as in the vagina. Yeah, it's true, guys. It's not something I didn't make up. Yeah, that throat has a lot of power too. He said they do go together. Hey guys, I'm gonna get off here though. I got a low back. I want to thank y'all for your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, your memberships, all your support for Sunshine Shows over the years, man. I never take that for granted. I'll be back for a special live stream in the morning for my members. Also, I have some. I'm gonna show y'all how we got there, and you know, just some more stuff. The water. I mean, it's the clearest water I've seen. It's even clearer than Boracay. I mean, it's crystal clear because there's nobody there. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Don't do anything stupid.